Okay. What's going on, everybody? This is Starlink 12-25 launch coverage here. The stream's already live. Let's just load it up. We're at 2 minutes and 50 seconds out from the launch. So the Falcon 9 that's launching today, the Falcon 9's launching today is booster 1077. It's on its 19th flight, 35-day turnaround. We got 13 direct-to-cell and 10 V2 mini Starlinks. Oh. Slightly heavier payload, guys. There's 10 V2 minis on this one instead of 8. Usually it's been 13 and 8 for 21 satellites. This one's 23. Interesting. This is SpaceX's 32nd mission this year. Interesting. The fairings have also been reused, but we don't really have much information on those.
Stage 2 lock load complete.
All right, here we go. Should be getting the ground gas closeout. There you go. That white cloud that's coming off is evacuating the propellant lines for the second stage. Once again, this is Starlink 1225 launching out of Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. This is pad 40 down in Florida. This it actually looks like a really nice day there. All right. Should we go for startup here in now?
Falcon 9 is in startup.
All right. 1 minute out. Let's see what we got.
The launch director is go for launch.
LD reports go. Strong backs at 87 degree retracted. Clamp arms are already open. They opened a long time ago. Well, relatively long time ago.
T-minus 30 seconds.
It was cold this morning, but now it's a nice 75 degrees. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. I'd say about 70. That's what it looks like.
T-minus 15 seconds. 10, 9,
Pad deluge is on.
7,
Sound
6,
suppression water system
5,
is on.
4, 3, 2,
Ignition.
1. Ignition. Engines full power and liftoff. Go Falcon, go Starlink.
All right, there we go. We got a liftoff. Starlink 1225 on a beautiful Florida afternoon here. 1077 on its 19th
Vehicles
flight.
pushing downrange.
Falcon 9 is going to do its pitch kick, roll to the proper flight azimuth, and begin pitch over for its gravity turn maneuver. There it is. There's the roll. From how far it rolls relative to the pad, you should be able to discern trajectory from here. SpaceX is flying on the southeastern trajectory, so we're looking at a flight azimuth
Power and telemetry nominal.
about somewhere around 135 on the compass for a 54-degree inclined orbit launching on the descending node.
Vehicle is supersonic.
That was really, really cool rocket terms for saying it's going southeast. Vehicle supersonic. Got a good call for power and telemetry there. Maximum dynamic pressure. Should
Max
be
cube.
There it is. Got a great shot of pad 40, pad 41, 39A, and 39B, and the shuttle landing facility, or I don't know if they still call it that anymore, but that's that big runway over there. It's 15,000-foot runway. Quite big. 90 seconds in, everything looking good here. The next call
engine chill.
should be for MVAC engine chill. Very clear day down in Florida. You could see all the way to Daytona. See that up there? That's Daytona over there. little bit of jittery on the camera there. The plume is casting a shadow. That's what that mark is on the right. Two minutes in, everything looking good. Should be getting a call from main engine cutoff here in the next 25 seconds. Right after main engine cutoff, Falcon 9 will...
Vehicle trajectory is nominal.
The first stage will extend 4 push arms out the top and jettison the second stage for second stage ignition, or second stage engine start 1, or SES1 is what SpaceX calls it.
MECO. Stage separation confirmed.
Okay. Call for engine cutoff. Good staging. Upper stage ignition. SES1 is completed. Good upper stage ignition. Falcon 9 first stage will now fire its cold gas nitrogen thrusters to reorient the first stage for its landing out at sea. Great shot here from the second stage of the Central Florida. And right as I said that, they cut it. You could see all the way up to Jacksonville.
Separation confirmed.
Next thing is the aerodynamic shell covering the payloads. Good call for fairing separation. Everything's looking good.
Both vehicle trajectories are nominal.
Those fairings will actually sail back down, and then they actually deploy parafoils, and the fairing can steer the parafoil, and it'll land like a seaplane next to SpaceX's recovery ships. You could see all the way to Tampa today. Look at that. Tampa's over there. So there's Orlando. Tampa's right there. You can see that's basically Clearwater right there. There's Orlando. There's the Space Coast. There's Jacksonville. You can see Daytona. Man, beautiful day down there. Why go open cycle upper stage on a gas generator? Why not route it closed? It is closed. Merlin vacuum is a closed cycle. We'll love video of the fairings landing. There is video of it going through re-entry, Mike. It's out there somewhere, dude. Yeah, you could basically see all the way up to the Carolinas out there. One time I asked you if it was open or closed, and you said open. You misunderstood what I said, most likely. Or I misspoke. It's one or the other. That's a closed cycle. The gas generator is going into that shiny manifold right there, and that's why the upper parts of the nozzle right here are cool, and that's why that part is glowing. The exhaust from the gas generator is enough to take it's enough to take the heat out of the Merlin vacuum engine and keep that part nice and cool. But the gas generator exhaust can only absorb so much heat. That's why it starts glowing after that. But right here, the closed cycle is what's keeping that part of the nozzle nice and cool. The first stage engines on Falcon 9 are open cycle. It's a pretty shot of the Bahamas right there. Coming up on my favorite part, supersonic retro propulsion. Falcon 9 will fire its first stage engines. And the first stage engines will not only slow the first stage down, but push the re-entry heating away, enveloping Falcon 9 in a column of its own engine exhaust. Its own engine exhaust is actually cooler, it's all relative, than the re-entry heating that would happen on the vehicle. It's enough to push the re-entry heating away and protect Falcon 9 from burning up.
Stage 1, entry burn startup.
Here we go. My favorite part. The always efficient flamethrower. It's my favorite. Supersonic retro propulsion. Oh, that's so cool, man. It's still cool. I'm sorry. It makes me smile every time.
Stage 1, entry burn, shut down.
Okay, now the grid fins are going to do some work here. Watch, they'll start turning. Nitrogen attitude control thrusters are also steering the vehicle.
Stage 2, FTS has safed.
Doesn't look to be too windy out there.
Both vehicle
You
trajectories
usually see the grid fins really start to do some work here. We should get a call for second stage terminal guidance here in a moment. Uh-oh. Okay, nope, signal's back. Never mind. Okay, now it's back. As Falcon 9 gets lower and lower in the atmosphere, it really starts to slow down because it's running into more air because the density of air is higher once you approach sea level. It goes all the way up to 15 psi, I know. Well, 14.7 if you want to be technical. There's more air in the way. Falcon 9 is hitting more air, and more air being in the way is causing more drag.
One transonic.
Okay, it's enough to slow it down below the speed of sound for that call right there. You should see the drone ship under the left grid fin here. 1013 millibars. Yeah. There it is. No, maybe not.
Stage 1
Oh,
landing
yep.
burn.
Yep, I see it. It's over there. It's under the left grid fin. Got a good landing burn. Grid fins are really going to do some work to steer Falcon 9 so it's directly vertical over the drone ship out at sea. So now they're really turning. Okay.
Stage 1 landing leg
When the
deployed.
grid fins are no longer aerodynamically effective, the landing legs will deploy. You're on thrust vector control and attitude control power. And nice smooth touchdown on a
Stage
short
one
fall of
landing
gravitas. SpaceX control reports good landing. 1077
terminal guidance.
lives to fly another day. After 19 flights, that was its 19th. Got a terminal guidance call on the second stage here. And we should have second stage engine cutoff and a call for nominal orbit insertion. 27105.
Seago.
That's a good staging velocity for Starlink insertion. And they cut it before the call for nominal orbit insertion, but 27106 is perfect. That's right on the money. Once again, SpaceX making it look insanely easy. That's just, it's like, is it boring? No, but yes, but no. Oh boy. Ting, 11-month resub. Thank you. Isn't that technically open cycle, but reusing the exhaust for cooling as the pre-burner doesn't? I would call that closed cycle. Does the Merlin vacuum technically have an afterburner? No. What trajectory is the astronauts' re-entry for viewing? South Utah. Hang on. I can figure that out. They're going to be coming from the southeast. You're not going to be able to see it, Barley. Look at the ISS trajectory. Now, this is not the exact trajectory that they're flying. They're going to be doing a deorbit about 90 minutes from, well, a little bit less than 90 minutes from now. But they are on this line somewhere. See that line? They're on that same line as the ISS ground track. It looks like when we go over North America, the next pass over North America, because they're going to probably try to land somewhere over here. The next pass is going to be coming from, it's on the ascending node, meaning you're going from the southern hemisphere to the northern hemisphere on this pass. Hey, WD40, thanks for the raid, man. Appreciate it. Have the last few second stages had controlled re-entry? To my knowledge, sure, but they have been having problems with them. Nice track, WD. All right, there you go. Does the second stage travel outside of the atmosphere, and if so, where does all the exhaust go? It just disperses into the vacuum PHP. It goes way out of the atmosphere. Most of the gases from it, PHP, will get pulled back down from Earth's gravitational pull. Gravitational pull affects gases. It's mass, just like anything else, right? Like, it gets dispersed, but it'll probably just come back down into the atmosphere eventually. So, see, just, yeah, thank you for that link. See? Yep. The next orbit the next orbit, if you look at the, I overdid the ISS tracker, screw it. The next orbit, ISS is over here. The next orbit's going to come right down in the Gulf. So, perfect. All right. So the coverage for that is going to begin in about 30 minutes. So I would usually take my break in about an hour, but I'm going to do it now so we can just space for the rest of the night. Should be pretty good. Gulf of Broken Spacecraft. Don't say that right now, more bacon. Don't call it the Gulf of Broken Spacecraft when astronauts are coming into land in the Gulf on a spacecraft. You thought you were all funny with your little quip there. That's not funny. Bad bacon. No, there's no such thing as bad bacon, but also. Anyway, guys, I'm going to jog the YouTube VOD. I mean, and yeah, on the Twitch side of things, we'll just play some tunes. I'll be back momentarily. What time is Splashdown? Splashdown is 6 o'clock, 5:57 p.m. Wait. Yeah, we'll get the coverage going at 4:45, cover entry, descent, and landing. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit on YouTube. On the Twitch side of things, we're just going to take a break, enjoy the space tunage. Space tunes. I'm not playing Test Shot, but I'll play my own space-ish, space akin tunage. Yeah. All right, I'll see you guys in about 30 minutes. Be right back.